Okay, let us start the class. Last class, we are discussing about capital asset pricing model. We'll start from that point. Okay, I'm sharing the screen with you. You are able to listen to me? Are you listening? Please unmute and speak to me. If this slides
Ye-
is visible to you, are you able to
Yes,
see the slide?
yes, sir.
Okay, what you are saying, can you read it?
CAMP and SML model.
Okay, that is called capital asset pricing model. That is also a concept is related to that. That is called as security market line. So, in your previous class, we are discussing about this thing, and we have understood there is a concept of market risk, which we are calling it as the systematic risk, and we cannot divert that risk. Okay, that part of risk, that portion of risk, this portion
Beta.
of the risk is called as what? This is which
Beta.
risk? Beta or systematic risk. This is systematic risk. This is measured through beta because this is the risk which you cannot control. We cannot diversify this risk. This is the risk which is associated with the market, and we have to bear that risk. Okay, and when we are
Yes, sir.
making some investment in the market, in the security market, that particular investment is sensitive to the market. Okay, मतलब मार्केट कुछ बढ़ने से उसके ऊपर कुछ असर पड़ेगा, मार्केट घटने से भी उसके ऊपर कुछ असर पड़ेगा. That is how this particular security is sensitive to the market. Okay, that
Beta.
sensitivity
Yes, sir.
factor is measured through beta. Okay, that sensitivity
Oh,
factor is
yes, sir.
measured through beta. You can say this kind of risk is inbuilt in the system. Now, if I am making investment in an equity, minimum I expect risk-free rate of return. Okay. In addition
Yes,
to
sir.
that, I need market return. Suppose this is market return I'm making. And this market return also includes risk-free rate of return. Okay. Suppose this is the market return. Market return means risk-free rate of return plus risk premium. Suppose here I am making investment up to this. Can you see it? Can you see, Rojali?
Yes, sir.
From here to here, from this point, it is called what? From here to here. You see
Risk
this?
rate of return.
Risk rate of return. In addition to that, I need what?
Risk premium.
Extra return, that is called as the risk premium. Or what is this? This is market return minus risk return. Total is market return.
Yes, sir.
From total market return, I
Yes.
am reducing this risk rate of return. I am getting this market return minus risk return.
Mm,
And this part is
yes, sir.
sensitive. This part is sensitive. Therefore, this part I am multiplying with beta. Entire risk is not sensitive to market. Okay, risk-free part is constant. Of risk minimum that much of return is required by the investor. Okay, so therefore our formula is equity shareholder expect risk-free rate of return plus net market return.
Risk
Net market
premium.
return is the risk. This part I am calling it the what? This part is also called as RM
Risk
minus RM
premium.
risk premium. This risk premium will be subject to beta.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so this concept we have discussed in our last class, and we will be solving questions. Today we will be starting with questions. Okay, but you see, there are various ways through which we can calculate beta. Right. So here is one formula I am showing you. Can you see this formula?
Yes, sir.
So in your syllabus, beta calculation is not there, but just for your knowledge, I am informing you. This is one of the formula. Other formulas are also there. So this formula says standard deviation of J means standard deviation of a particular stock or standard deviation of a particular equity share divided by the standard deviation of the market. Market means market return. Here standard deviation of the returns of the equity shares. Okay. अगर दोनों का स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन है और हमारा पास जो कोरिलेशन है, व्हाट इज द कोरिलेशन बिटवीन द इक्विटी शेयर एंड द मार्केट, कोरिलेशन बिटवीन है, अगर एक तीनों स्टैटिस्टिकल फिगर है हमारा पास, देन वी कैन कंप्यूट बेटा.
So here, del J is the standard deviation of a particular stock exchange.
पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक मींस पर्टिकुलर इक्विटी शेयर.
Not a stock exchange.
Huh.
Okay, sir.
Particular equity shares. So this is the standard
Yes,
deviation
sir.
of the particular equity shares return. We'll calculate his returns and we'll be calculating his standard deviation. You know, standard deviation is the
Yes,
risk, is it not? Divided
sir.
by standard deviations of market.
Market.
So, and in our earlier classes, we have already computed standard deviation. अब याद है risk जब कम कर रहे थे, याद है क्या नहीं?
Sir. नहीं, sir.
अच्छा, ठीक है. फिर again we'll be studying this in the context of security analysis and portfolio management. वो chapter पढ़ेंगे तब. Or that will be multiplied with correlation between equity share and the market. Okay, and
Sir,
we'll be
R
able to, yeah,
indicating what?
which one?
R
R नहीं है. This is
correlation.
COR means correlation.
Yes, sir.
Entire thing is a correlation. Okay, if the beta is more than 1, let us say we have computed beta by using this formula. There are other formulas are also there, but this is just to give an example I have included this one. If beta is more than 1, it will be called as the high beta stock. That means high beta equity. It is called as an aggressive stock. मतलब market जैसा rate में grow होगा और fall करेगा, this stock will rise and fall at a higher rate. Okay, इसका market 10% पे rise कर रहा है, ये 12% पे rise करेगा. That is called as the high beta stock. Or it can be low beta stock. मतलब मार्केट अगर 10% में राइज कर रहा है, ये 8% में राइज करेगा. अगर मार्केट 10% में फॉल कर रहा है, ये 8% में फॉल करेगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज लो बेटा स्टॉक. And there is one kind of stock which is called as a unity beta. That means it will move similar to the market. Similar to the market. Market अगर जैसे भी move कर रहा है, वो भी ऐसा. Okay. So this is how we can
Yes,
understand the beta. That means beta shows the sensitivity. The purpose of telling you all this thing is that beta measures the sensitivity of a particular equity's return with market return. So market के साथ
yes,
क्या
sir.
relationship है, वो explain करता है. Okay.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now, having understood this, so we'll be uh, doing a question now. Okay, can you read this question? Pen and paper is ready with you. Please solve this question.
Yes. From the following data, compute KE, where
Yeah.
RM is equals to 10%, SD of the security is equals to 20%,
Uh,
RFE is equal to 4%, ST
uh,
of market 15%,
uh.
correlation between J and M is plus 0.8.
Yes. Now compute beta, and if beta is there, then apply CAPM model, CAPM method, and you can find out what is the cost of equity. First compute beta. Can you do it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please do it. First compute beta. Okay. Now you see beta will be computed like this. Standard deviation of stock divided by standard deviation of market into correlation. So it comes to 1.07. ठीक है? Okay, beta calculation, have you done it? If you have calculated beta, now look at the screen now. K is equal to risk rate of return plus beta into RM minus RF. So risk rate of return is 4% plus beta factor is 1.07. Just now we have computed. RM is 10%, RF is 4%. So if you solve the equation, it comes to 10.4%. Okay, are you seeing?
So
Are you?
beta is not given in the question.
Beta is not given now. Can you? Are you seeing the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, beta will be calculated like this.
Yes, sir.
How
Yes, sir.
beta will be calculated? Same formula just now I told you. No? Beta is
Yes,
not
sir.
given in the question. Therefore, what is this standard deviation of the stock divided by standard deviation of the market into correlation
Body mark.
between J and N? These factors are
Yes, sir.
given to you. Standard deviation of the security, that is the standard deviation of the stock. Standard deviation of the
Yes,
market,
sir.
15%. And this is the correlation. So accordingly, this is how we have computed beta and this is the answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us move.
Yes,
So
sir.
now you can solve questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, now we'll be learning one more concept, that is what is the cost of internal equity or cost of reserves or cost of retained earning. How to calculate the cost. Okay, so we
Yes.
need to understand that reserves which are there in the company, they are not cost free. Reserves belong to the equity shareholders. Who are the owner of this reserve fund? They are the equity shareholders, is it not? So
Yes, sir.
therefore, cost of equity is same as cost of reserve. So if you know the cost of equity, cost of reserve is same because reserve belong to a part of equity. Reserve is a part of equity. But the only difference between the reserve and equity is that when you issue equity share, you have to incur some floating cost. You know what is floating cost?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
The cost which is incurred during the issue of share,
During
like
the issue of the share.
other.
So when you issue equity shares, now you see the formula is D1 by P0 plus G. We know this formula.
Yes, sir.
D1 by P0. But this P0 means if there is some flotation cost, so P0
Yes, sir.
will be actual the price we are getting minus flotation cost. Suppose I am getting 100,
Yes, sir.
but my flotation cost is 5 rupees. So D1 by 100 minus 5 you will take. Is it not? Because effectively I am getting 95 rupees. So there is a flotation cost. So D1 by P0 minus F
Okay.
plus. Whereas in case of
Yes, sir.
reserve is already available with the question with the company, is it not? So therefore, reserve doesn't have any flotation cost. So the cost of reserve
Yes,
will be D1 by P0 plus G. Even if in the question it has been given there is a flotation cost, but flotation cost will be considered only for equity, not for reserve.
okay, sir.
Okay, understood.
Yes,
So
sir.
reserve is D1 by P0 plus G, same as equity, but if flotation cost will be given, KU will be D1 by P0 minus F plus G. See,
Yes, sir.
because of this absence of flotation cost of reserve is lesser than cost of equity. Cost of reserve is less because flotation cost is not there. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us solve a question. Read this question, then we will be solving it.
The share of a company is currently selling for rupees 100 rupees.
Yeah.
It wants to finance its capital expenditure of 1 lakh either by retaining earning or selling new share. If the company sells new share, the issue price will be 95 rupees, that is at a 5% discount. The dividend per share next year is for 4.75 rupees, and and is expected to grow at a rate of 6%. Calculate cost of internal equity and cost
And
of
cost of
external equity.
external equity. External equity means a normal equity, internal equity means reserve. What the question says, you need 1 lakh rupees. Okay, the
Yes, sir.
current market price is 100 rupees, but there is a discount or there is a flotation cost. You can say it is 95. Okay, dividend for shares next year. Next year means this is what? This is D1. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, D1 is this much. And the growth rate is 6%.
4.7.
6%. So very quickly we can calculate, it's not a big thing. So the cost of equity is equal to D1 by P0 minus F.
P0
So D1 it has been given
75.
4.75, and what is P0? Actually it is 100 minus 5, it will become 95, is it not? Plus growth rate is 6%. So how much it comes? K
11%.
11%. But if I want to compute what is internal equities cost or what is the cost of reserve, what I have to do? What is the difference between K and KR?
Flotation cost is not
Flotation cost will be not there. That means same thing. Instead of 95, I am taking how much?
100.
100. Good. So the KR or the cost of
This
reserve will become how much?
decrease 10.75.
10.75. Did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
This is the difference between cost of reserve and cost of equity.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, there are some other questions are there. You can practice these questions. I will be giving you that questions. Uh, we will not cover all these questions, but questions I will be giving you. You can do all these questions. Right. Uh,
Yes, sir.
there is one more type of situation when the dividend growth is, I can say it follows a kind of step up model. That means initially some years dividend grows at a particular rate, later on it grows at a different. If that is the kind of situation, we have to follow a trial and error method to solve these questions. But incidentally, this kind of questions are not there in your study material, so I don't think this is required in your syllabus. So this particular question may not be required for you. So we'll not be going to do that. We'll be rather learning one more method which is there in the study material. This is one more method of computing cost of equity. This is called as, can you see this approach? What is written in the
Yes, sir.
graph?
Bond yield plus risk premium approach.
It's a very simple approach. How we'll calculate cost of equity? Will we find out what is the yield from long-term bonds? Okay, and cost of equity will be long-term bonds plus the risk premium. This
Yeah.
risk premium part has to be estimated. If the question gives, then what we will do? Bond yield plus risk premium, that is the cost of.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us say cost of a bond is 10% or the bond yield is 10% and the risk premium is estimated to be 5%. Then what is cost of equity? 10% plus 5% is equal to 50.
15.
Okay, very simple approach. You just remember this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cost of depreciation is not there in your syllabus, but just give an idea that depreciation is also kind of reserve. So, what is the cost of that depreciation fund? Same as retained earning. Okay, retained earning, that means cost of reserve is equal to cost of
डिप्रिसिएशन कैसे रिजर्व हो सकता है? डिप्रिसिएशन
depreciation
तो ये
is
तो
a kind of
कॉस्ट है
reserve.
ना?
No, depreciation is a kind of fund, right? So every
Yes, sir.
year out of the profit we accumulate, keep something in depreciation fund. That is a kind of
Yes, sir.
accumulation. Right.
Yes, sir.
From one side, you can see the depreciation charge, which is charged to the profit and loss. That is a charge. That is an expenditure. Okay. But that portion we accumulate uh, is a depreciation fund. That is a kind of reserve. Okay. Now we are moving to this part. This is called as cost of. This area is in a different area we are entering into. That is cost
So
of.
what reserve is a type of asset,
Which
but
one?
depreciation reserve is included in asset side.
Reserve is not
Depreciation is
included
not.
in the asset side. Reserve is a part of equity. So if you look at the balance sheet, you can say one part is your asset, where current asset, non-current asset, all these things are there. Other part is the equity and liability. Reserve is a part of equity. Reserve is not an asset.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Is it clear to you? So,
yes, sir.
आपको क्या लगता है? Reserve is a part of asset?
yes, sir, मैं बोलती हूँ कि डिप्रिसिएशन कैसे रिजर्व हो सकता है? दोनों तो
Depreciation.
अलग अलग है ना रिजर्व.
हाँ, दोनों तो definitely अलग
रिजर्व.
अलग है.
yes,
Depreciation
sir.
is a reserve means depreciation fund is a reserve. कोई भी आप fund create कर रहे हो, so कोई भी provision आप create कर रहे हो. Depreciation is a provision or not?
yes, sir.
Depreciation is a provision. So against the asset you are creating a provision. That provision is a part of equity. Okay, when it is a part of equity, that's in that context I am saying it is equivalent to reserve. Reserve is also a part of equity. Depreciation provision is also a part of reserve.
Yes, sir.
So in that context we are saying, okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let us
Yes, sir.
move to this part, cost of preference shares. Okay, so we need to learn some of the features of preference shares. Here you see what happens in the preference share. Dividends are guaranteed. That means you know in advance how much dividend has to pay. In equity shares, you are not knowing that. It depends on the profit, is it not? It depends upon the profit.
Yes, sir.
It depends on the recommendation of the board to declare dividend. On that basis, dividend will be decided. But whereas
Yes,
in
sir.
case of preference share, we know beforehand that how much dividend will be paid. And then preference dividends are not tax deductible. That means just like debt. In case what happened, debts interest is tax deductible,
Yeah.
and equity
Yes.
shares dividends are
Not
not
that.
tax deductible. So this is just like equity shares dividend, but dividends are not tax deductible. Okay, so that is why I'm saying preference share behaves partly like equity, partly like debt. It behaves partly like equity in the sense the dividends are not tax deductible. They are not an expenditure. Okay,
Yes, sir.
but it behaves like debt in the sense beforehand you know how much dividend is to pay. Debt में जैसे आपको पता है
Yes,
interest
sir.
कितनी दोगे, here also you know that. Okay, and the dividend, and if preference shares can be redeemable and irredeemable. If it is a redeemable, then just like debt, you have to pay the principal amount also, right? The
Yes, sir.
value of the shares need to be paid. So that is the feature of preference share capital. How will compute the cost? Now look at this picture. You are seeing this chart.
Yes, sir.
So what you are seeing?
The cost of preference share is divided into two parts, redeemable and irredeemable.
Redeemable.
Redeemable is treat like debt,
Treat
and
like
it
debt,
is
because if it is redeemable, what happens? If it is redeemable, what exactly happens? You have to pay dividend. Then finally you have to
yes,
repay
sir.
the principal.
Yes, sir.
Is it not? So it takes just
Yes,
like a debt. So they
yes,
the way we are calculating debt का हम कैसे calculate करते थे cost of debt? IRR or one shortcut method also we had tried, right? So here also you have to do the exactly the same thing if they are redeemable.
yes, sir.
Okay, and if at all
Yes,
they are irredeemable. Irredeemable means what happens? Dividend is constant, but principal
yes,
amount
sir.
is never paid. So you have to treat like equity. If it is irredeemable, same formula of equity is applied. So cost of preference share is equal to D1 by P0 plus G. But in case what happens
Yes,
here, D1 is equal to D2 is equal to D3 is equal to D0, because hers every year we pay the fixed amount of dividend,
yes, sir.
is it not? Therefore,
Yes,
we are not
yes,
writing D1 because D1 जो है D0 भी वही है. So just D
yes, sir.
by P0, and growth is always 0 because there is no growth in dividend. So same formula, you can say
Yes,
D by P0. Okay, or same as equity, you just apply the same. Understood?
yes, sir.
Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
This is how we can compute cost of preferences. Yeah, here we will be solving this question now. Read this question.
The company issued 40,000 at a rate of 12% redeemable preference share of rupees 100 each at a premium of rupees 5 each, redeemable after 10 years at a premium of rupees 10 each. The flotation cost of each share is rupees 2. Um, compute the cost of preference share.
So this is a very simple question. How many shares are issued?
40,000.
And what is the dividend rate of dividend?
12%.
12%. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
per share, what is the face value?
Face value 100.
100. And what is the market price?
Yes, sir.
What is the market price of share per share?
105 rupees.
105 because the question says there is a premium of 5. Is it redeemable or
Yes, sir.
irredeemable?
It is redeemable.
Redeemable. And after how many years?
10 years.
At what price it will be redeemed? जब redeem होगा कब कितने में?
Uh, uh, 103 rupees.
103.
Yes,
कितने में
sir.
redeem होगा?
Flotation cost is redeem होगा 100 rupees में.
You see, 10 years at 8,
No, 110. Yes, sir.
100,
10.
110 में redeem. Okay, flotation cost is how much?
2 rupees.
2. So we have to compute the cost of difference. That is the question. Okay, step by step I will go through. Now you have understood this question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, simple method we will follow. Very simple. Okay, so I am showing you what you just now you told. First we'll arrive what is the preference dividend. You know 12% is the dividend
Yes, sir.
and how many shares? 40,000 shares.
40,000.
Per share value is 100.
Yes, sir.
So total dividend per year I have to pay 4,80,000. Is it
Yes,
not?
sir.
40,000 shares, face value is 100. So total value is this much and 12% of that. So this is the dividend I have to pay. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
And what is the flotation cost when you raise the equity shares? What is the flotation cost? When you raise the preference share, flotation cost is rupees 2 per share. Is it not? Total 80,000 rupees.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how much money I will be getting? My market price is 100. That means I am getting
Yes, sir.
how much? Okay.
Market.
You see, what is the market price? How much I will be getting? 40,000 issued at 12%,
100.
redeemable as 100 at a premium of rupees 5 each. So when I am issuing at 100.05, right?
Yes, sir.
100.05 and 40,000 number of shares. So my
Yes, sir.
net proceeds will be this much, 42 lakh.
Yes, sir.
42 lakh is my profit, out of which my flotation cost is 80,000 rupees. So effectively, I will be getting how much?
41 lakh 20,000.
41 lakh 20,000. Okay, so this is I will be getting at year 0. And how much I have
Yes,
to pay after 10 years? At 110. So 40,000 into 110. This is my closing value.
44 lakh. Yes, sir.
Okay, 44 lakh.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
These figures you have understood how you have arrived at this figure.
Yes, sir.
Now you know this is a redeemable preference share. Redeemable preference share means whether I should treat it like a debt or equity.
It should treat like a debt.
Debt. So debt, you know, this is the formula we have understood. Dividend
Yes,
plus
sir.
average other cost
Plus
per annum divided by average fund deployed.
yes, sir.
Okay. So dividend
Yes, sir.
4,80,000 rupees every year. Just now we have calculated. Okay. What is average other cost? Redemption price minus issue price. That is the cost.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Divided by life. We know
Divided
this
by
formula.
yes,
Right.
sir.
Divided by average fund
Yes, sir.
deployed. In the debt, we have already applied this formula when we are computing cost of debt. Right. So issue price plus redemption price divided by 2. So finally, we will be getting it is coming 11.9.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this
Yes,
question I will be giving you answer. I had explained you to try this question again at home and arrive at this answer.
yes, sir.
Okay. Now can you compute the cost of equity? Not a big thing. Just you have to remember if it is redeemable, treat like a debt. But if it's irredeemable,
Yes.
treat like an
Equity.
equity. But before that, you have to ensure that these figures that you are arriving is correct. If figures are galat hoga, the formula may naturally will be. If you put these figures in a formula, you'll be getting a wrong result. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that concept we need to understand. ओके ऑल्टरनेटिवली आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हो टोटली कैलकुलेट ना करके अगर सिंगल शेयर के हिसाब से देखेंगे पर शेयर आई एम पेइंग डिविडेंड 12 रुपीज राइट प्लस
Yes, sir.
दिस इज माई Redemption
Okay.
price, this is issue price divided by live, whole divided by, that is opening value,
Redemption.
closing value divided by 2. I am getting 11.9. This is all what also, this is also another way of doing this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, both the way question can be solved. Okay, now
Yes,
you
sir.
know how to compute cost of preference, cost of reserve, cost of equity, cost of
Yes,
depreciation.
sir.
All these things we have covered. Right. Other internal instruments is not required. Other questions will not do. Now we'll do move to the next concept, that is called as WACC, or weighted average cost of capital. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
what happens when you take, or when we use capital? Now, how many kinds of capital we have seen? Suppose, what is the composition of capital structure?
Debt and equity.
Debt and equity. Debt and equity means, can you elaborate? Is there any other possibility apart from debt and equity? Debt and equity broadly you can classify, but you can see there may be debt, equity, preference can also be part of capital. Is it not?
Yes, sir. Preference.
Okay. Reserve itself, even if that is a component of equity, but still reserves cost can be different. So like this, when you do business by using money, we use various kinds of bonds. Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now coming to, let us say we are doing a kind of business. One is I can have equity. Equity will be definitely there. That is a part of fund. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Plus there is a possibility of, let us say, debentures, or let us say there is a possibility of reserves, that will be, that
Yes, sir.
also I'll be using.
Yes, sir.
Plus debts might be there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So debt might be there. So these are various kinds of possibilities. But do you think their cost will be same or their cost will be different?
Cost different.
Cost will be different. अच्छा इसे बताओ
Yes,
सबसे
sir.
कम कॉस्ट किसका होगा? Which, let us say only three
Uh,
components you are having, or there might be preference also like this. So और तीनों का अगर हम देखेंगे, किसका कॉस्ट सबसे कम होगा, किसका कॉस्ट सबसे ज्यादा होगा?
डेब्ट का cost सबसे कम होगा.
डेब्ट का कॉस्ट सबसे कम. चलो हम मान लेते हैं इसको 8% लेते. ओके, 8% लेते हैं. रिजर्व का सपोज 9% लेते हैं, इक्विटी का 10%. Okay, this is their cost.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, and their proportion will
Yes,
be
sir.
different. Value, suppose equity मैंने use किया 1 lakh, or let us say 3 lakh. Reserve might be 2 lakh. Debt might be 1 lakh. Total मेरा
Yes, sir.
capital कितनी है? 6 lakh. Total capital is how much?
6 lakh.
6 lakh. But 6 lakh consists of all these three things. One is
Yes, sir.
equity 3 lakh. Second is reserve 2 lakh. Debt is 3 lakh. Okay,
Yes, sir.
meaning their weights are different. In my capital structure of 6 lakh rupees, what is the total value of my capital structure?
6 lakh.
6 lakh. 6 lakh consists of all these three things. They are having different weights. So here weight is 3, here weight
Yes,
is
sir.
2, here weight is 1. So when we calculate
Yes,
weighted
sir.
average cost of capital, I find out their cost on the basis of weight. So how we'll calculate this into this? So weighted or WACC will be calculated. Weighted average cost कैसे calculate करते हैं? 3 lakh into 0.10,
Yes,
0.10.
sir.
10% means
Yes, sir.
0.1. Here it will be
Yes, sir.
2 lakh into 0.09.
0.9.
9.
Yes, sir.
Here it is 1 lakh into 0.08. Okay, if I
Yes.
take
Zero.
the total of all these things, let us say this is a figure, this is a figure, this is a figure. If I get total of all these things, this will be called as your weighted average cost of capital. That means this is Cost
Yes.
of individual component, this is their weight. Weight into cost multiplied, I'll be getting weighted average cost. Total of that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, like this, just a minute, let me share the screen again. Just wait a minute. Okay. So this is this particular uh, cost that what we are calculating finally. That will be called as the overall cost or the composite cost. Overall means all the components taken together, we are arriving at that overall cost.
Yes.
Okay. What exactly we do here? We attach weight to various components and multiply it with their individual cost, and finally we take the sum of that. We call it as the weighted average cost of capital. Why at all we need weighted average cost of capital? Because when we do the business, we need to arrive at a single figure. So we'll be taking decision on the basis of single figure. Overall मेरा capital का cost कितनी है? Right? जैसे आपको मैंने एग्जांपल दे रहा था पहले. Suppose you might have seen you are going to a roadside mixer वाला, जो रोड साइड में जब मिक्सर बेचते हो कितनी वैरायटी के आइटम मिला के आपको पकड़ाते हैं, इज इट नॉट? आपको 10 रुपए में देते हैं,
Yes.
लेकिन बहुत सारे आइटम 10-15 आइटम वो मिला के एक पेपर में रैप करके आपको देते हैं. And there
Yes,
they
sir.
manage in such a way that their cost is within 10. इतनी सारी आइटम, उससे बहुत सारे आइटम है, हर आइटम हैज गॉट डिफरेंट कॉस्ट, लेकिन कॉस्ट
Yes, sir.
को वेट में मल्टीप्लाई करके वो ऐसे प्लानिंग करते हैं कि जैसे भी आप जितनी भी आप कॉम्बिनेशन बनाओ उसका कॉस्ट अराउंड 8 रुपीज रहेगा. 8 rupees रहेगा, he'll be selling at 10 rupees, margin it 2 rupees. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Is it done?
Yes,
What
sir.
they exactly do? Cost into weight. Exactly same thing we want to do. But finally he wants to know that what is the average cost or what is the composite cost, what is the overall cost, because that overall cost will give him an idea that what kind of value addition he is making. Right, उसको अगर overall ही पता है, overall 8 रुपया cost है, he will understand that if I sell this product I will be क्रिएटिंग ए वेल्थ ऑफ 2 रुपीज, क्योंकि 8 रुपए में मैंने बना दिया कॉस्ट, 10 में बेच दूंगा, मेरा को वैल्यू 2 रुपए का वैल्यू एडिशन. अगर ओवरऑल कॉस्ट पता नहीं चला, उसको सबका इंडिविजुअल कंपोनेंट का कॉस्ट पता है, तो कुछ फायदा नहीं है. उसको पता नहीं चलेगा हाउ मच वैल्यू एडिशन इज मेकिंग, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू टेक डिसीजन. दैट इज द रीजन, even if we know the individual components cost, we need to arrive at the single cost so that we can take a decision कि हमारा कैपिटल का कॉस्ट तो इतने हो गया और एक प्रोजेक्ट पे कितनी रेवेन्यू मिलेगा. अगर रेवेन्यू इससे ज्यादा मिलता है, then it is good to have that kind of project that will bring a kind of value addition, right? So that particular thing which is used as this particular factor that we calculate, that is also used as a single factor for discount rate. So earlier also we had discussed that the future cash flows are discounted either at time value of money or cost of capital. And here cost of capital means weighted average cost of capital, because different components of the capital has got different cost.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
Yes, sir.
question arises how to attach weight. Okay, weight कैसे attach करेंगे? There are two methods, or you can say one is the book value method, जो शेयर का, प्रेफरेंस शेयर का, रिजर्व का, थेफ्ट का बुक वैल्यू लेके वेट अटैच कर सकते हैं, और मार्केट वैल्यू बेसिस में कर सकते हैं. बुक वैल्यू मार्केट वैल्यू डिफरेंट होगा, आपको ये चीज पता है. Is it done? Each method
Yes, sir.
has got one advantages. If you go for book value, what happens? These are audited figures, meaning they are more correct figures. They are constant over years. Every year, if they are constant, they do not change, and they are readily available. Right? Book value is readily available. But disadvantages is that it is historical in nature. Past में ऐसा price था, current price will be different, and they do not represent the economic value. That is real value. They do not. आपका शेयर का बुक वैल्यू हो सकता है 100, लेकिन मार्केट में बिक रहा है 6,000 रुपए. So they do not represent the real economic value. That is the disadvantage. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. Now, market value advantages is that they represent economic value, but they
Yes, sir.
fluctuate every time. By morning one value, evening one value, tomorrow another value. And also it is difficult to get market value if the shares are not listed. Then it is difficult to get market value. Therefore, even if market value is better, you can say technically market value is the better, but still most of the cases we go for book value because it is more
Okay.
convenient. For the sake of convenience,
Yes.
we go for book value. Most of the cases book value method is used. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. Now
सर जो
these are, yeah,
कंपनी का
yes,
जो
ask your
कंपनी का
question.
शेयर लिस्टेड में है उसका मार्केट वैल्यू कैसे हम पता चलेगा किसका?
किसका?
जो कंपनी अनलिस्टेड है
हाँ,
उसका मार्केट वैल्यू कैसे पता चलेगा शेयर का?
मार्केट वैल्यू आपको पता नहीं चलेगा अनलेस यू ट्राई इट इन द मार्केट. ओके, लिस्टेड नहीं है मतलब आप प्राइवेटली भी शेयर बेच सकते हो. देन यू हैव टू इंक्वायर
यस
इन द
सर.
मार्केट व्हाट इज द प्राइस. लिस्टेड वैल्यू लिस्टेड है तो रेडिली अवेलेबल मार्केट वैल्यू है, बट लिस्टेड नहीं है, बट स्टिल यू कैन sell the shares in the market. Then you have to inquire in the market at what price this company's equity can be sold.
यस
ठीक है,
सर.
unless it is tried in the market it cannot be sold. ठीक है.
यस सर.
Okay, right. So this is the reason for which we use book value. Now these are the steps to compute weighted average cost of capital. First, what we will do, what is the step one?
Compute the cost of individual component of capital.
So individual component मतलब डेब्ट का कितने, इक्विटी का कितने, रिजर्व का कितने, you have to compute. प्रेफरेंस का कितने, you have to compute. What is the second step?
Assign weight, book value और market value.
कोई भी मेथड में अब बुक वैल्यू और मार्केट वैल्यू का वेट असाइन करेंगे. थर्ड स्टेप इज कंप्यूट वेटेड एवरेज कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल. दैट मींस वेट इनटू कॉस्ट. वेट इनटू कॉस्ट. दिस शोज सिग्मा 1 to n मतलब जितनी भी आपका कंपोनेंट है सबका टोटल आप कर देंगे. पहले वेट इनटू कॉस्ट जैसे आपको दिखाया था व्हाइट बोर्ड में. वेट का कॉस्ट मल्टीप्लाई होगा देन इसका टोटल निकलेगा. यू विल बी कंप्यूटिंग वेटेड
Sum
एवरेज
of
कॉस्ट ऑफ,
all.
राइट.
Yes sir.
Okay, so let us take this example. Just watch here. What is the source? There are two sources. What are they?
Debt, equity and debt.
Equity and debt.
Debt
What is the book value? Let us say we are following book value method. What is the book value?
is 100 rupees.
100. And debt?
100 rupees.
Debt how
The
much?
debt value is 150.
150.
150.
Right. So cost of capital, let us say we have already computed it earlier. Let us say here it is 12%, here it is 8%.
8%.
अच्छा, अब उसको weight कैसे assign करेंगे? Weight means, suppose weight means you have to assign weight. You see, that means these two taken together is 100%. Is it not? This is the total capital. This is 100%. So 250 is 100. How much is 100? So this is 100%. If this is my capital of 100%, you have to attach what is the weight of equity, what is the weight of debt. Can you tell me, or I should tell you the formula? बताओ. कर पाएंगे weight? कर पाएंगे या नहीं? नहीं कर पाएंगे तो I will be telling you how to do it.
सर थोड़ा और एक बार बोल सकते हैं, सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था कभी.
अच्छा, ये बुक वैल्यू आपको पता है 100 and
Yes sir.
150, right?
Yes sir.
Okay,
Yes
and
sir.
cost of capital is 12% and 8%. उसका
Yes sir.
वेट कैसे निकालेंगे आपको अभी दिखाता हूँ फॉर्मूला. दिस एंटायर थिंग विल बी कॉल्ड एज 100%. अगर ए 100% है तो इक्विटी का वेट कितनी. क्वेश्चन है आपको कैसे कैलकुलेट करना.
Mean
इक्विटी वेट
250
देखिए
is
आप
treated as.
ऐसे हाँ बोलो.
सर 100% कितने को लेंगे, मतलब 250 को
मेरा
100%
टोटल जो कैपिटल है
ट्रीट करा
वो तो
जाएगा?
100% कैपिटल ना, 100% कैपिटल इज 250 और 250 इज इक्वल टू 100%. So 1 is equal to 100 by 250.
यस सर।
Okay, and 100 is equal to
जी
100 by 250 into 100.
यस सर।
ओके, इसका मतलब 150 के, आप सोचो ऐसे सोचो, 150 का 100 कितनी परसेंट है? सो 100 बाई 250 से 40% आएगा.
यस सर।
नहीं, ₹100 250
यस
का
सर।
कितनी परसेंट है? बिकॉज टोटल तो 250 है. 250 का 100 कितनी
हाँ
परसेंट है? बोलो 40%. और 250 का 150 कितनी परसेंट है? 60%. वही मैं ले रहा हूँ. 0.4 इंटू 0.6, 0.4 ये ले रहा हूँ 0.6.
जी।
आप सीधा ऐसा कीजिए,
यस सर।
100 बाई 250 इंटू 100 या 150
100।
बाई 250 इंटू 100. ठीक है,
यस सर। यस
मतलब
सर।
इज इंडिविजुअल वैल्यू divided by total value into 100. Again here individual value divided by total value into 100. So first case a
यस सर।
0.4 कैसे हुआ? 100 divided by 250 into 100. Second case कैसे हुआ? 150 divided by 250 into 100. So you'll be getting weight 0.4, 0.6. इसको आप घर में ट्राई कर लीजिएगा, ट्राई. ओके, एंड इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन जब भी आता है हमेशा आप टोटल क्रॉस चेक कर लीजिएगा. जो भी आप वेट असाइन कर रहे हो हमेशा उसका टोटल 1 होना चाहिए. टोटल 1 हो रहा है मतलब आपका वेट सही है. कई बार स्टूडेंट यहाँ मिस्टेक कर देते हैं, वेट असाइन कर देते हैं, टोटल चेक करना भूल जाते हैं. तो इसका मतलब वेट असाइनमेंट सही नहीं है. टोटल अगर 1 नहीं हुआ, देन वेट आपको मिल गया, कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल मिल गया. आपको क्या करेंगे, ये दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, वेट इंटू कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल. ठीक है, ये
यस सर।
0.048 टोटल इज 0.96. ठीक है, तो 0.096 इसको 100 में मल्टीप्लाई करने से 9.6%. दिस इज योर वेटेड एवरेज कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल. ठीक है,
यस सर।
समझ में आया?
यस सर।
Okay, so we'll stop here. After this, I'll be sending you the slides. ठीक है, ये जितने भी क्वेश्चन है इसको आप करके आ जाइएगा. So we'll give a break, not tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow. We'll be having one more class. Then we'll continue from this. Okay,
यस
so
सर।
your mail ID is with me. The others who are attending, if they want, they can text me the mail ID. So slides will be sent to them.
ओके सर।
ठीक है. So thank you
यस
very
सर।
much. So we'll catch up in your next class. But after this, come prepared, solve these questions. So you'll be find it very easy to address the questions about average cost of capital.
यस सर।
Thank you very much.
थैंक यू सर।